What's going on, ADK Sports Performance family? It's Ryan here with this week's Coach's Corner. And now that we are into the thick of summer, I wanted to talk about the importance of athletes making sure that they are fueling for their training. And as we are into the summer, a lot of our sports performance training sessions are starting to take place in the morning in that 10:30 time slot, as well as sometimes a little bit earlier, as well as our normal afternoon time slots. And similarly to during the school year when we talked to our athletes about what they had for lunch, a lot of times those answers I left a lot to be desired. Same thing comes from breakfast with some of our morning sessions, a lot to be desired. So again, we've been working on coaching our athletes to making sure that they're fueling for training. And this is super important because a lot of our athletes who are training in the morning time usually have some sort of practice or game later on in the day. So if you're already going into training without the proper fuel that you need, you're going to have not as great of a training session than if you go into your practice or game later in the day, again, not properly fueled, performance is going to suffer there as well. So making sure that you're getting something in, and one thing I've been telling a lot of our athletes who have been in early in the morning is even getting something quick like a spoonful or two of honey or a quick protein shake or a smoothie, things like that are gonna make a big difference if you're someone who's training earlier in the day, but making sure that you get something in. As well as we are heading into a heat wave here, making sure that you're hydrating and consistently staying hydrated because again, it's going to be real hot this weekend, so you need to start hydrating now in the middle week, earlier in the week, and then consistently staying hydrated so that way you're not playing catch up if you do end up having your tournament over this 4th of July weekend and it's going to be 95 plus degrees. You don't want to be playing catch up in terms of your hydration levels because that's going to leave your performance suffering and your injury risk increase. So making sure that you're fueling for training, especially in the summer where we have the element of heat to deal with, as well as a lot of athletes have training spread out throughout the day, where in the school year, a lot of times it's they come in, they train with us after school, they go to practice. Now for a lot of our athletes, it's they train with us in the morning, then have practice in the evening, or they're working all day and then training with us in the evening or having a sport activity in the afternoon. So making sure that we're staying fueled all day is a really great habit to get in, and that's something that ideally rolls into the school year. If you have questions about making sure your athlete is hydrated and fueled properly, feel free to reach out and we can talk about how we can help your athlete. And we will see you in next week's Coach's Corner.